I thought Salvatore Savelli kicked some freaking ass tonight. This is my favorite champ. This is the guy. He's lucky I'm not a singles guy because he would no longer be the guy. But we don't got to talk about that because Sal, you did a good job. I liked the finish into the fucking. I'm sorry. Into the freaking. No, I'm not. I like the finish. I got to drive. I like the finish into the brick. I like that a lot. I respect you as our champion here in NYWC.
Thanks, sir. It's an honor hearing that from you, sir.
It was a pleasure seeing you in the ring with Will Nightingale. I did watch. I took some notes. So,
for sure.
Few things here and there you need to tweak, but we'll talk after. I don't want to embarrass you. You can finish your interview.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sage Chance, Silent Ball, Sage Chance, Booger Boy.
Wow, I thought he was going to kind of be mean to you, but he was kind of nice to you.
I thought he was going to kiss me in the lips. I was like, maybe I want it. No, I don't. I don't know.
I don't think so. You don't want it.
Oh.
Anybody make sense of this?
Wait, okay, let me get there. So it's 80 cents times 20. Wait, $16, I think.
That's what I got.
Around there.
I got like 17
But
something.
then we sell them at 20 each. So
Then it's like $3 profit in 8 by 10.
no, way more than that.
It's way more?
Yeah, it's 17 for 50 of them.
Oh.
No, I think we used 100 before. I don't fucking
Wait,
know.
no, yes, we did use 100 because then it was 20 times 100 and we were trying to get to 2,000.
Oh yeah, okay. So if we buy 100 of them at 87 cents each, that's $8.07, right?
Yes.
Or no, is it $87?
Wait. 100
I just want to know what you're calling this math.
100
Steiner
times
math.
8, it's $87.
Right.
Yes.
I don't know. Get a calculator. That's what.
All right, we'll get a calculator, everybody. All right, bye.
Trained me, shown me guidance are on these walls, and it feels bizarre and surreal to be joining them.
He's a good guy. He's an outright kind of guy. But listen, we got Slime Bowl City tickets.
I'm Cora, and I am your winner of this.
I like it, Dark Papa Nick. You don't? Are you scared of the Dark Papa Nick?
It's great. It's great. I can't wait.
The first and realistically the only.
I'm doing great. How are you?
We just talked to steal it last time, but it's in safe hands. My son is watching it.
Are you positive?
Yeah, my son is watching.
Look at me! I'm a physical specimen.
Very spicy, very spicy.
You got the dirt.
I wish.
I literally love conventions. Like
I'm gonna try to get through her. That's my motivation.
I wish I could.
Coming soon. You can check her out on Monster Slam. Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I'm your host, Papa Dank, and today I have a very special guest. Let me bring to you the one, the only, William Blackwell.
Hey, man.
What's up, brother? How are you today?
I'm doing pretty amazing today, actually. Yourself?
Really? Oh, what do you mean? Why are you doing really amazing today?
Man, it was an easy day at work. Got some good training in and having a couple of beers, so it's been a good time.
Awesome. Let's start off with. Usually, I start off with a wrestling question. But I want to start off with something different. Let's start off with a movie question. What movie are you looking forward to the most to watch?
Oh, what movie? Man, I need them to hurry up and make the next Batman, the Matt Reeves Batman movie. Yes. Dude, I just got with the Penguin a little while ago, and in fact, I got to wait till 2026. Oh.
Let me tell you, I'm 2 episodes in deep. Been busy, whatever, but I'm hooked with this show. This show is great,
bro. You're not ready. They do like the Game of Thrones thing where it starts pretty cool, stays that way, and the second to last episode, everything goes to hell, and then resolution. It's really good, man. It's a solid watch.
Awesome. All right. Oh, we got our first comment. Look at this. The Penguin is good from Ezekiel over there. Mm-hmm. What's up? Is that the New Japan Dojo?
Yeah, that's Tyler Fox, Ezekiel Nail. He does the Element Dojo.
I know Tyler. What's up, Tyler?
Yeah.
He changed his name?
No, that's a work and shoot, brother. Work and shoot.
Oh, okay. All right. Mine says Dank all the way around, but all right. Let's start off with how you fell in love with wrestling.
Oh man. Okay, so there's like the nice version and the not so nice version. The nice version is my mom was a huge WCW NWA kid, so I grew up with all kinds of videotapes of like Sting and Vader and stuff like that. We didn't have cable because we were really poor. So thumbing through old magazines and seeing those, my mind was blown and I was hooked. But it was more of like a superhero relationship. Didn't have the best relationship with the old man. A little bit more physical, if you catch my drift. And I saw Mick Foley the first time, and I saw him get through Hell in the Cell with a smile on his face, And I was like, that's the guy I want to be. That dude is hard as hell, and went with that for my life goal for some damn reason.
Awesome. Nix is in the chat. What's up, Nix?
Nix rules, man.
She does.
One of the most talented ladies on the planet.
Now, did you ever get to meet Foley?
No, dude. Okay, have you ever watched the show Community?
I haven't, but I've heard of it.
Okay. They got this bit. I'll try and keep this concise. They got this bit where Donald Glover's character, to get tortured, one of his buddies has him meet LeVar Burton. And he's like, my dream was just to get an autographed photo. I can't handle the pressure of actually meeting LeVar Burton. And that's how Mick Foley. I've met a lot of my heroes, luckily, but I think I'll fall apart if I ever meet Mick. That is really. He was in Little Rock at one point a few years, I think, like pre-pandemic. I was like, I didn't even get a ticket. I was like, no, I can't even.
He grew up from where I'm from. I'm from Long Island. Well,
that's cool.
I'm in Long Island now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, you a figure collector? Do you collect figs?
I do, lightly. I don't have like the craziest budget ever, but I usually, like, if it's somebody I watch or study a lot, you could bet they're on my shelf.
Okay. Now there's an Ultimate Mankind fig that came out. That's Walmart exclusive.
Dude, I know. Yeah. It's got like the cloth goods shirt and everything. I think that's cool as well.
I don't even have it near me or I show it to you, but yeah.
The Ultimates are really good. I got the not the new Bret Hart one, but the Bret Hart with like the paint splatter, which is the goated Bret Hart attire. Got that one. That's probably one of my favorite. That or the Supreme CM Punk. Those are like my favorites I've got right now.
Yeah, the Supreme Punk is good. They got a Ultimate Punk coming out from Ringside Collectibles.
Yeah, the Money in the Bank Blow the Kiss. Yeah.
I just picked up Outsiders. So I'm waiting for them to show up.
Nice.
I like the box set. I got the Uso box set, and I heard it's like rare now. Like,
it wouldn't shock me. Usos are crazy popular these days.
Zeke is our son.
True.
All right, let's go into where'd you go train? Who are your trainers? And how'd you go through that process?
I started, sorry for cutting you off, by the way, but I started at ASWF in Tuckerman, Arkansas. I didn't know there was wrestling in Arkansas, I'm originally from Michigan, and so I moved here high school, and I was working at a radio station, and, there was this old Southern fellow I was working with that was very familiar with the wrestling scene, knew that I had a life goal of being a wrestler, and he's like, come on, boy, I'm going to take you to Tuckerman, and went and saw the show, and thought, well, all right, I'll figure this out. I'd read some interview from the Young Bucks around that time where they had said, if you take your first couple of bumps, you just know if you can do it or not. And I was thinking I was just going to go to ASWF because I was like, it's kind of a low rent indie, and I was still kind of had my heart set on like a feeder school in a bigger city.
Right.
So I was like, I'll get my first couple of bumps out, and I ended up just falling in love with the place and stuck around maybe longer than I needed to. But my trainers initially were David Barmore or Cataclysm or Draven Morrow, Josh Shackelford, also known as Josh Cross, and Brandon Barber. Those three kind of gave me the big foundation that I used to build on.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Now, you see this picture right here?
Cool, dude.
Now, I just talked to Brandon Beretta, said, oh, yeah, I was there when he took it.
Dude, that's a great guy, man. Awesome. We were all we all got put on the little extra gimmick, and dude is real cool. I think it was like him, myself, and Gaston were the only dudes that were like, okay, go get gear on, get your pictures taken, because everybody else had done it already.
I just want to bring it up because he brought it up last night when he came back on the show. All right, tell me about your first match. Who was your first opponent, and what were your thoughts to your first match in front of a live crowd?
Oh man, I wrestled a guy named Max Stone in my first match. It was a singles match in front of, if I said 20 people, I'd be being generous.
Wow.
It was awful. He was maybe a month ahead of me in training. We started around the same time, and I think we had just a couple months under our belts. It wasn't like a hey, you boys are part of the show and yada yada. It was just kind of testing out the trainees in front of a small crowd, and it was, it sucked in quality, but it was a great experience of, getting in there with somebody I already know and trust. We already, we've been doing drills together for months and had good rapport. That match looks totally different a year or so later, but
right.
I don't know. It was good. It was good. It was one of those, I thought I was going to have a heart attack before I walked out of the curtain, and then I was fine once I did.
All right. Awesome. Now, how long you been wrestling for?
Just a little over 8 years. I started training in 2016, and that first match was like a smaller show a few months later.
Now, how was the pandemic? How did that treat you during the whole shutdown?
I'm still kind of unpacking that. It was a weird thing. So there was are you familiar with the wrestler Gaston from around here?
I have heard of him, yes.
Okay. He does the Memphis wrestling thing too, pretty heavily. He and I he's also an ASWF kid, though before my time by like a year. And he and I were late 2019. We started doing those Evolve like seminar tryout things. So
yes,
which those were, he was going for the tryouts and I was going for the seminars. And we had gotten a pretty well-oiled match put together. And, I've got my big filled notebook for everything. And I don't know, there was just something that was missing. The last one we did was December of 2019. And, Gabe Sapolsky, he'd send this like 8-page email to everybody that was like, hey, here's general notes. Here's what Evolve is looking for wrestling wise. And then I got my personal paragraph back, and everything he complimented me on was stuff that Evolve was looking for in the previous email that everybody got. His big notes were my gear sucked and he had no idea who I was. Meaning like I didn't have a character or a gimmick or anything to kind of like grab onto. I was a black trunks and boots wrestler man.
Right.
And Thon got the same notes, and he's an actor before wrestling, so he's used to, oh man, I am the character guy. What the hell's wrong? So we started traveling and going anywhere that could take us to go learn more of our craft outside of home, and then everything shut down. So it was this big gut punch, and I think there was maybe about 3 months where we didn't do anything at all. And the place we were starting to cut our teeth at in Georgia, in Augusta, it was a live wire wrestling. They ended up started running like some smaller shows again, just like tighter, or tighter crowds, as in they're smaller, but spaced out so no one's getting killed. And we started doing those again. They were rough, man. It's like when you're intentionally wrestling in front of very few people and you're kind of trying to find yourself. Excuse me. It's a hell of a time.
Nice. So how did you morph into classically violent?
I had to take a self-inventory. So I was the premier queer William Blackwell is where this name and this character started. And anything that allowed me to wrestle was just making me Diet Coke Effie. And Effie's, he's already being him. He's already really cool. Right.
Right.
And, so I kind of went the other way, and it was a bit more Gold Dusty, less Adrian Street. And I got 2 really good skills. I'm a pretty damn good technical wrestler, and I got really good faces. I can't do anything else. I'm not a power guy. I'm not a fly all over the place guy, and I'm a decent-ish actor. So I'm having these matches where I have to act like I can't wrestle because the character wouldn't wrestle, and it was just miserable. The next, because pandemic era is when that started. That whole run was just really rough, and I was getting ready to stop wrestling because I just wasn't enjoying the art I was putting out. And I just said, fuck it. I'll give myself a little bit of time. And I, again, took that self-inventory of what I am good at. Who else is good at that? William Regal. And so I was Diet Coke William Regal for a good, I'd say 6 months. It took me to start finding my own voice and just ripping him off, And I mean, I got no shame. That's what happened. And because there's that great Kenta Kobashi quote where he's talking about like, you got to find what moved you as a kid and build from that. And I tried the Mick Foley thing, and Jesus, it hurt. So I, doing all the hardcore stuff. And Regal, I remember, affected me a lot as a kid. I hated Regal as a kid. So I went with that, and here we are, doing the classically violent thing, putting my own little American spin on it.
All right. That's awesome. Did you ever get a chance to meet Regal?
Yes. One of the Evolve tryout seminars was a seminar from William Regal. It was the best 4 hours of my life.
What is the main thing you took from that seminar?
Okay, so there's a lot of business talk, which I'm not normally a fan of, but I like how he presented a lot of it. And a lot of it was, he put it best, how to treat your fellow performers and the staffers with respect of like, there's no Stone Cold Steve Austin if Taka Michinoku isn't on the undercard, right? There's no Stone Cold Steve Austin if you don't have a talented referee making that match happen, or Jim Ross on commentary, or the photographers or the camera people.
Right.
And he had this really big, expansive way of diving into each and every little bit of that, where every spot on the card is valuable, and you shouldn't take disrespect, nor should you disrespect other people to wherever you're at, because where you're at is necessary for where they're at, no matter where it is spaced. And wrestling wise, he had a really good lockdown thing where somebody got a little too antsy or they weren't selling right. It was like how to hide their face in a headlock or a wrist lock or something. So, if they're trying, but they aren't giving you the right expression, that way you don't look like shit. Here's a cool way to hide them, but still like you're roughing them.
Right. Okay. Good stuff. Serena had a question. If you had to pick one place that best fits you, AEW, TNA, NWA, or WWE, which would you pick?
Between all of those, I specifically, I would say NWA might fit me the best just because it's smaller scale. I think I'm pretty good at what I do, but I'm not Tim Thatcher. I'm not the American Dragon, right? And those are the guys that are in AEW and WWE. I think TNA is really good too, but guys like Mike Bailey might be in that spot where I think I would be. But the NWA doesn't. They've got a few techie guys on there, but I think I could make do with a lot of the smaller space that they have, and the more wrestling based audience that they have. Because you have an act like mine and you take it to AEW. Some people might like it. Some people might snore through it. You got to be aware of your audience.
True. All right. Wrestler you want to wrestle in the independent scene you haven't had a chance to wrestle with. Why do you want to wrestle them?
Chris Raven. Immediate answer. He's the best technician in Texas, bar none. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I think there's a lot of great wrestling in Texas, but Chris Raven is. Not a lot of people got the same philosophies on how the in-ring stuff works, like how I think about things, and we line that out really well. The match almost happened last year, but scheduling conflicts came up, and it's just But he's a really, really good dude, and I think we beat the absolute hell out of each other. That'd be great.
Good stuff. All right. What about intergender match? Would you want to have that match with?
Okay, hang on. So there's a few good answers here, but I think the immediate ones. So not just because she's watching, but Nyx would be a really good one. Fiona Fierce would be really good, and Jody from Memphis and VW. I think all three of those matches would be tremendous, and I know they hit hard and they can bring it, and that's hell yeah.
Awesome. All right. Part of the United States that you would like to wrestle in?
That I haven't?
That you haven't yet.
Okay.
Come up to the Northeast.
Dude, if I could. I'd that is I know New York had this. I don't know if you guys still have it. There was a Matter of Pride show that was out there pre-pandemic. I thought it looked really fun. It's kind of like drag, cabaret, and wrestling in one thing,
Yes.
There's I I think Philly would be really cool because that's ECW land, or Portland because that's Roddy Piper land. I think would be really cool. Anyway, because I've been all over the southeast area and such like that.
Right.
Northeast would be awesome. I think West is maybe it would be cool, but again, that turns into the know your audience thing. And from what I see, a lot of Western wrestling, there's a lot of more acrobats and gymnastic stuff, which is really cool. It's just I can't do that, so I don't want to be a snoozer, right?
Look at that. Tyler says, "Will me, you, and Cody will make the trip at some point."
No, probably.
Yeah. How's New Japan going over there?
Yeah, tell us.
I got some friends over there. Live Danger is there. Yeah. All right. Traveling. Where would you like to go overseas? Which would be the best country that you would want to go visit?
Okay, so right now I would say Japan or Germany.
I knew it.
Really cool.
I knew you were going to say Japan.
I mean, I think every wrestler that's familiar with American wrestler that's familiar with international wrestling is going to say Japan, because it's happening. You know what I mean? Like that is it's the thing now. The tapes I used to be nerdy for studying, well now everybody's watching them. So that's the big one. I just actually did the UK a few weeks ago. That was a life goal. That was a straight up. All of my
That's
the wrestlers
awesome.
I studied for my skill set were British, so I was yeah,
Nice. So what did you learn over there?
So I got a couple of cool techniques for wrist lock transitions and takedowns, and one thing I really liked. So it was a place called Contract Pro Wrestling, and everywhere's different. So I'm just going to speak on my own experiences. In the States, I've worked plenty of places that have those pre-show vignettes, like they got a projector screen in the whole gimmick, right?
Right.
And those are typically snoozers for people, even fans that are really, really into it. They just kind of, okay, cool. We're just waiting for our guy to come out. People were into that. It was I think they maybe did 150, 160, 170, somewhere in that range for audience. And you get to convince me there's 500 people in the room for how loud they were being for fucking pre-show. Hey, we're going to have this match tonight. Nuts. I've never seen that. I've seen those pre-show videos, but I've never seen, reactions to them.
Right.
I thought that was really cool. How they produced their show was nice.
Awesome. Best opponent you wrestled over there? That's a first question.
So the guy I wrestled over there was a guy named Archon. He's got this medieval knight sort of gimmick. He came out with a sword, which was awesome.
That's cool.
We had a really competitive. I want to say it was 10 or 12-minute match, and I was very proud of that just because until the day of, I didn't know what I was doing. There was a small group of us from Southern Extreme Wrestling that went up there to go check out the show and go be part of it. And we just didn't, for all I knew, I was going to be in a battle royal, get punched and thrown over the top rope or something. Right.
Right.
But I got in the ring, talked to everybody, got along, did some training, and they're like, cool, you got a singles match with this guy. And they just wanted a big meaty man match. So we just slugged the hell out of each other. And his finish was a power bomb. And I do this, Ric Flair never hits the cross body thing. Right. But for me, I go for a leg drop and get power bombed off the top rope all the time. And, I was like, if your finish is a powerbomb, let's do that. And he's like, you're an insane person. I'm like, correct. Let's do it. And it's good when the people backstage are like, they're wrestlers. We all know what this is. And they're going, oh my God, are you all right? I'm like, yeah.
That's good. So you sold well.
I think so.
Good stuff. All right. I want to ask you your favorite food. What's your favorite food?
Oh, dude, chimichangas there's this, oh God, it's Pinnacle something. It's this family-owned Tex-Mex place that's literally 3 blocks from my house. Yes, I'll go there Tuesday or Wednesday, grab some food. It's great.
Awesome, good stuff. What about snacks? What's your favorite snack?
Right now, I'm big time into Sour Patch Kids because I had a buddy of mine drop off a fat freaking industrial box of them or something. I don't know.
Nice.
So my husband and I just been like snacking on those for like the last little while.
His real favorite food is ragoons with the boys.
real. Okay, so if I'm visiting Benjamin Franklin and I'm a little zooted, oh man, get those like cheap family-owned Asian restaurant crab ragoons. I'm out of my mind.
Now, you told me you were looking forward to the next Batman film. So what's your favorite Batman film?
Okay,
and
right.
Why?
Okay, right now, like I feel like 89's a cop out, but Jack Nicholson's my favorite actor, so like it's there. But I think The Dark Knight Rises is criminally underrated, and if you count the animated ones, it's Mask of the Phantasm with no close second. Mask of the Phantasm is an excellent piece of movie.
I think my favorite one is Batman Returns.
Love me some. That's a Christmas movie. Love me some.
That
Batman.
is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I think that besides, Colin Farrell's Penguin is obviously different than the one Danny DeVito did, but at the time, that was the Penguin.
Yeah, man. I still, when I'm reading comic books, I read the Penguin as Danny DeVito. I can't.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it that way too. Oh, I didn't even know you read comic books. Oh, what are your current books you're reading?
Okay, so my husband's got one of those DC Infinite accounts, so I'm kind of reading everything. But if we go by like the monthlies, I've been demolishing anything X-Men I can get my hands on. I think the new X-Men run's been really good.
Really?
They're doing I think it's Mark Waid. It's the guy that's doing the World's Finest run now. Is doing a Batman and Robin Year One story, which has been excellent. And Titan Comics' Conan stuff has been really good. They're doing I've never known Conan to be a big monthly event kind of character, but they're doing one, and it's actually really, really good. It's like a little bit of Lovecraft and a little bit of Robert E. Howard stuff just thrown together.
Oh wow! I just started reading the new initiative that they're doing at DC Absolute.
Oh, dude!
So I just read Superman, which I loved.
Yeah,
and I'm waiting for my Batman and Wonder Woman to show up. I just reordered it.
I haven't read it yet. I think it came out last week. Was issue 2 for Absolute Batman, and that's like on top of my reading pile in the living room. And man, I'm excited to get into that.
Am I going to be disappointed with number 1?
No. I don't think so far. I've not read. I've read the number 1 for Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman, and the All In special, and all of the Absolute stuff is excellent.
Oh, I can't wait to see where that leads. But it's kind of like goes to the Absolute universe, I'll call it, and then it goes to the regular universe, right?
All In is like that, but the main Absolute stuff, not so much. No, it's kind of like what Marvel Comics is doing with Ultimates right now is what DC's doing with Absolute. That's the vibe I'm getting, at least.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, what does Tyler got to say? The Absolute runs are wild so far from what I've seen. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the Superman. The Superman one was really good. I'm like, this is it. I like this one.
Batman being a working class civil engineer is nuts cool.
What's this? Dream to work this guy. The stuff I learned just talking with him and working some things taught me just so much. Still mad I missed this seminar. Oh, talk about Regal. What else is it? The new Ultimate Spider-Man run was good. I wasn't a fan of it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I don't know why.
Okay, fair enough. Everybody's got their own taste,
It just didn't hit me right.
I don't know. I feel like Jonathan Hickman's really got his finger on the pulse of what Marvel needs right now. And he saved the X-Men a few years ago. And by golly, I feel like that's what he's doing with Spider-Man right now. But, hey, man, everything is cool.
Did you read Amazing? Do you Amazing Spider-Man?
I just the run that was the John Romita Jr. and I forgot the writer's name. I missed the intro to that run. So I
the one with the Goblin.
Yeah, I missed all that. I'm trying to pick up the trades when they come out, but I just picked up the first. It was like issue 61, which is the new run that's got Doctor Doom and it's like the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man, I believe it's called.
Yeah, that just came out.
Yeah, That first issue is super hard.
Is it? I just ordered it with the absolute stuff.
Yeah, you'll
Because
enjoy
it's hard.
it.
It's hard for me right now to go to the stores and go get them myself. So I just went to midtowncomics.com. I was like, I'll just order from them.
That's where I used to get my stuff. Back when Batman Zero Year was happening, that's where I would get some of my monthlies. I used to buy from a store called Hastings when it was a thing, and I didn't have any other comic book stores near me. So when Hastings went out of business, it's like, fuck, I got to order my stuff online, brother.
Right.
To
Midtown, yeah.
But I did Midtown, and I got a buddy this year that hooked me up with a site called In Stock Trades. I mean, you can get new release stuff for like 30 to 40% off, just like day one. Really nice.
You gotta send me that.
Yeah, we'll do. No, but I got a comic book store that's like right down the road from me, and I live right next to my job and that comic store. So like on Wednesdays today, I'll just walk up and be like, yeah, I need this, this, and this. Bye. All right.
This, yeah.
Every week.
I've been reading. I know we're not even talking about wrestling at all now, but I've been reading Chase Him because I'm a big clone guy. Like I love the Spider clone stuff. So
nice. How's that going?
It's actually pretty good. I really like it. So what they did was they took the clone and they stripped him of his memories. So he's his own kind of like, I'm gonna say his personality is like a Venom type.
Okay.
So that's the personality he has now. He doesn't have the Peter Parker traits.
Yeah. Kind of like a Ben Reilly type of thing.
Yeah, it's Ben Reilly.
Oh, it is Ben Reilly.
Yeah, it's Ben Reilly. They brought him back. I don't know how they brought him back. But because if you notice the original run, he kind of like turned to dust.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he brought him back, but I gotta find that issue so I can read it. But they have him where he lost his Peter Parker persona and he's like his own actual person, which is pretty cool. What was it? Somebody's asking how was the UK?
A dream. It was a dream. We got the group I went. We got lost a few times because I think the day-to-day, where are we going, what are we doing, was a little wonky. But like everybody I was with on the trip, all excellent people. The show we went to was fucking awesome, and the people there were super lovely. So yeah, if you can go, and I can't recommend it enough.
Awesome, good stuff. Cody says, which card did you say you was just in the Battle Royal but ended up getting a match?
Oh no, I wasn't. I was saying I was thinking there's a possibility. Like we didn't know what we were doing going in, right? Like there was no. Hey, I think the lady that organized the trip, I think she knew what she had, but the rest of it was like we'll see when we get there sort of situation. So I didn't know if I was going to get a battle royal thing or if it was going to be, I didn't know what was going to happen. And the battle royals are like my worst case scenario. Cause I think that's like, unless it's a spectacle, like the Rumble, it's a lazy man's match. So it's not my thing. And, but I'd still be happy to do it because it was in the UK and like, fuck yeah. But, shortly after we got to bump and roll around and train some is when they told us the card. I don't know. My ego likes to tell me it's because I trained so good. They gave me a singles match, but who knows?
All right. Tyler says, what's the point of taking a trip if you don't get lost?
Real, dude. Oh, dude, I found this little gay bookstore while I was in, I think it was South Kennington up there. And I would have found it if I didn't get lost, man. And that was a great place.
So Tyler's right. You should at least get lost once.
Absolutely.
Cody saying, what's that UK card? What was that the UK card?
Oh, what he was asking about? Yeah.
Okay.
And contract. I just didn't know what I was going to do. And then I got a singles match. So it was cool.
That's cool. Awesome. Good stuff. All right. So where do you see yourself in 6 months with your career, with your wrestling career?
In 6 months, shit. Hopefully, 1 second.
Well, your work before the show is a testament to anyone learning in the game of how to really maximize your opportunity.
I appreciate that, man. Try. I want shit. That puts us in the summer, right? That's like May, June.
Around there, yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping that I'll have a Texas, a Missouri, and an Illinois by that point. I'm working on the Texas and the Missouri, but Illinois is just one of those places. I've wrestled there once, and I'd like to do it again. And I think now that I'm kind of confident in myself enough to go make that move, it's just however that lands, right? Definitely get a couple of Vino shows churned out and keep taking care of home.
All right, and one last question. What are your thoughts on the WWE ID program?
Okay. I mean, baseline. Cool. You know, I mean, if it makes the people that got it, you know, if it gets them more money and more opportunities, that's it. Great. Awesome. And anybody that says anything against that is silly. I'm not going to name names, but if, you know, maybe you can put it together. But I've been places where they do their tryout stuff and they go, oh yeah, pay, you know, $200-$300 for this thing. And maybe you'll get a shot. And it's really the promoter going, hey buddy, show up to this one. And then, you know, it's a giant grift, and WWE's been connected to those things before. So I just hope that the people that get it make a lot of money and get great opportunities, but everybody else is very careful with how they let themselves get treated. I'll put it to you that way.
All right. Thank you for coming on the podcast tonight, and you got to come back. I had a great time.
Yeah, man. It was awesome. I just like talking comics, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? We just do like a comic episode, I know. Because I was reading like as a kid and all that stuff, and then like for a while I wasn't reading at all, and I recently, like the last couple of months, like 6 months, I really started. Actually, no, more than 6 months. I'd say 8 months. When I went to St. Louis with my son, I was doing a fan fest out there, and I was like, yo, let's go check out the comics.
Was that the SICW one?
Yes, I was at fan fest too. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I was there this year too. It was great.
Oh, you were there?
Dude, I went there for Stan Hansen. He called out, but I got to see Barbara Goodrich, Jimmy Hart, and that was immaculate, bro.
Barbara, I had her on the podcast maybe a year before.
Sick.
And I saw her in person. That was my first time meeting her, and she is so awesome, and I love her.
Right back with you, man. Hell yeah.
So nice. She even's like, I had a Bruiser Brody fig from Power Town, and she's like, you want me to sign that for you? I didn't even ask her. She just offered. I'm like, yeah, of course I want you to sign it for me. Come on.
Nice.
And Jimmy, I got to interact with Jimmy too. That was cool.
Dude, he was so like, I don't know if you picked up on this. Did you stay for the wrestling show?
I stayed for it a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. So Jimmy, man, I don't know how much they paid him, but it wasn't enough because he was doing all sorts of shit he didn't need to be doing that further took care of that show.
You mean like setting up the chairs and all that stuff?
Setting up chairs. He was carnival barking during the fan fest. Whenever they had technical difficulties during the Hall of Fame thing, he would, during those breaks, he would take pauses to talk to the audience and still keep them like livened up.
From what I hear, that's just Jimmy. He's really tight with Herb. Herb Stevens, the promoter.
Yeah.
So that's like his friend and stuff. And when they surprised him by putting him into the St. Louis Hall of Fame, he was like, oh shit. Like that was a genuine surprise. He had no clue. No clue.
Yeah. That's dope. That's really dope.
That was a great moment. And my great moment with him, and I know probably the only ones who know this is my son and my close friends. But so I do a vlog at all the shows I'm at, which I have an SICW vlog from the show. So then they're like, oh yeah, you know, Jimmy, yeah, do something with Papa Dank. He's like, okay, yeah, no problem. So my son starts filming. He's like, wait a minute, baby, this isn't a podcast, you know? I'm not allowed to do that stuff. You know, with all that AI stuff, I don't want to get in trouble. I'm like, no, don't worry, Jimmy. We'll just take the picture that you want. He's like, oh, yeah, let's just take the picture. But he was so nice. I can't say anything bad about my experience with Jimmy Hart. It was all 1,000% awesome.
Absolutely.
And a dream, like you said, with Mankind. I grew up with like Jimmy Hart, Hogan, and all that stuff, the Attitude Era. So it's like, man, this is like one of my idols right here. I'm shooting the shit with them.
Yeah, bro, that's cool.
That was a cool Mark moment for me. Fuck it. You know,
absolutely.
Appreciate you coming on. Make sure everybody follows Mr. William Blackwell right here. Let them know where they can follow you.
On Instagram, I'm at that guy William Blackwell. I use that more than anything else, but you can find me as William J. Blackwell on Facebook or just William Steffen. I'm happy to just be a real guy too. And I'm on Twitter, but I rarely use it. I think it's Uncaged Will or something like that. I don't know. But that's all my social stuff.
All right, make sure everybody follows him. And as for me, what do I got going on? Oh, we didn't even do this, man. I gotta pull this up, man. We're running on overtime over here.
Yeah.
You got APW coming up on 12/7. Right
yeah. Yeah.
Timing too good right there, my buddy. And,
yeah, Too Good rocks.
Too Good rocks.
Everybody in that picture rocks.
Knicks. Yeah, everybody does rock. I don't know. I know Knicks and Too Legit, obviously, but
yeah. You got oh wait, that got changed. Okay, well, that bout got changed. There's I think it's Nate Hammer I'm wrestling now because Blue Fella had other obligations, but that's coming up this weekend. Come watch me kick the hell out of somebody.
All right, yeah. Come watch William Blackwell, of course. South Central Wrestling. Get your tickets now. Don't wait.
Yeah.
And we got. Oh man, who's that? The Soul Taker. Yikes.
Dude, that is indie wrestling royalty. The Soul Taker, man. His whole thing is the Black Undertaker, and when he does adult shows, he's not called the Soul Taker. He's called the something else Taker that I cannot say. And man, he's the funniest dude I've ever shared a locker room with.
Wow. Yeah, make sure you check out this show. This show's going to be awesome.
Dude, yeah. All of Southern Extreme Wrestling is going to kick major ass. So that card is pretty packed.
Awesome. Good stuff. All right. My new vlog drops tomorrow. Homecoming of Techness. And I'm there with the Slime Balls from the NWA. And yeah, they're just being slime balls. Yeah. Yikes. Oh, hold on. As I navigate this. This Saturday, I'll be at NYWC's Draw the Line as Izzy McKenna and Kylie Alexa from NWA go up against Amity LaVey and Dolly Darko. This Saturday, get your tickets, NYWC. After that, I will be at Crown Heights, December 13th for Wrestling Is Now as JJ Does takes on Adrian Santos. A lot of stuff going on. Also, check out for your wrestling collectible needs. DNS Wrestling Collectibles, Coach David 73 at AOL. Get in touch with that guy. He's got some great stuff. He's holding an Ultimate Becky Lynch for me. Thank you, David, for all your graphic needs. Check out my official sponsor over here, Pickway Design. Get in touch with David. He does websites as well and has worked with the New York Islanders. I don't know how I got him to do my stuff, but he's working on my stuff. Yes, Serena. We thank William for coming on the podcast. Everybody else, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. With who am I coming back on with? I got a lot of stuff going on nowadays. Here we go. Jake Painter, the Premier Pro Junior Heavyweight Champion. Coming up next. See everybody in a few.